So with so many good winter baits available on today's market, the best of the lot is often overlooked, and that's the humble maggot. In this short video I'm just going to explain how I set my maggot rig up, step-by-step guide to make it nice and easy for you guys at home to tie. Right, so we're going to start with about 16 or 18 inches of Camosec semi-stiff in dark camo, with about 6-7 inches stripped down through your hair and your supple section above the hook. So first you want to take a size 12 coarse hook, doesn't really matter which pattern, anything will do, and attach it with a two-turn blood knot. Like so. And trim the tag end, nice and neat. Okay, then we're going to take a piece of big buoyant sweet corn and attach it lengthways to a bait needle and thread it on down the braid. You're going to pull the corn down over the eye of the hook, and then take a very small section of glue tubing, similar to silicone tubing, found in the C section, a bit more robust and a little bit cheaper too. You're going to need a couple of mil. And then slide that down your braid, like so. Okay, and you attach your hook. I've gone for a size 6 wide gate beaked in barbed, and that's going to be attached knotless knot style. First, pass the point of the hook through the tubing. Mind your fingers. Okay, that just traps the hair in place. Make sure your braid's running down the back of the shank, otherwise the hair doesn't exit the tubing quite so nicely. Standard 6-turn knotless knot. It's back through the eye of the hook and give it a good old pull. Next is a Cholly silk liner, which just covers the knot. Give it a bit of moisture and pull it down over the eye of the hook. A little bit fiddly. You need to wet it down a little bit and work it over that knot like so. It just preforms a little kicker there. So once you've got your liner in place, you're going to take a little blob of putty and just work it in your fingers until it becomes a bit more pliable. Yeah, and then place it on the braid where the coating finishes, like so, and just work it round like so. And the idea is that the putty creates a bit of a hinge between the old coated part, leaving 2 inches of exposed braid underneath. That just aids movement, lets the hook get in the mouth a bit easier and take hold, and also, in my opinion, once that's gone in a fish's mouth, it means it can't get back out the same way it came in because of this stiff part. Right, so once you've done that, it depends on how long you want your rig to be. I usually fish mine about 7 or 8 inches, sort of standard length really. Obviously it depends on the bottom you're fishing on. If it's particularly silty, you could get away with using a sort of a longer rig, or just fishing on a helicopter style setup like I do, which is a little bit more versatile because it doesn't matter how long your rigs are, you just change your top bead so it's always lying flat on the deck. Just going to do a simple overhand knot. So simple, a little bit fiddly, like so, about 1 inch long. If you don't use a rig sleeve, that doubled over loop acts like a little bit of a kicker and pushes the rig away from the lead when it hits the water anyway. I'm going to trim your tag end. So, okay. Now the last part is simply attaching some maggots onto this hook. Okay, it's got a nice mix of red and whites. Pretty standard. So I'm going to take as many as you want really. I normally go for about 10 to 15, but I might just do a few less,
just for demonstration purposes, that's all. Mix it up with the old cocktail of red and whites, Matchman's favourite. Like so. So I'm just going to repeat this a few more times and then just got a nice ball there. Leave the hook point exposed and slowly pull it back into the corn like so. Okay, so the idea behind this rig is that your hook's going to lay flat with a bait just wafting. So let's do a little tank test now, shall we? Let's see how it flutters down. Nice. Okay, you see that? Now the hair is a little bit long, a little bit longer than I usually fish it, but for demonstration purposes I've left a little bit of a gap just so you can see, you know, the idea behind the rig mechanics. And that will just waft around. Obviously the pop-up corn negates the weight of the hook, and also by sinking nice and slowly it means your rig's always presented nice and straight.